Hey, this is the Wildwood 28 VBXL. Right over here we have the front storage and metal catches. Here's your city water hose, your 30 amp to 15 amp adapter, the pin for your coupler, and here's a tool for your jacks, your stabilizer jacks. All four corners have a jack like that, and you can put that in your drill and use it for that. This here's a crank for the top of your power jack, just in case that ever goes, the motor goes, you can still use that little crank for the to turn it up or down. And this is going to be your stabilizer system. And here's the power jack. Got the light there, up and down. This little feature here is just a place to put your plug if you want to keep it upside down so the rain doesn't get into it. 2 propane tanks right in there. Turn this one on. And your battery is right here. Now here's a disconnect switch right down there. It's on right now, but if you want to leave your trailer for any amount of time, just turn this off like that, and it'll completely disconnect your battery from the system. Now, a thing I didn't mention about the stabilizer jacks is when you bring them down, make sure that these little T-nuts are loose. Because if you don't loosen them when you bring these down, you'll bend them. You'll bend your jacks. Well, that one's locked. This goes through. Now here's your valves. There's one 3-inch valve there coming from your black tank, and here's another one here. And then this is your gray valve. Open your valves to the black first, and then close them, and then open up your gray to rinse your hose out. Here's your water heater. And this is a propane only water heater. This is your pressure relief valve, so if you ever take your drain your water out of your water heater, make sure there's no pressure in the tank, or else it gets sprayed pretty good. City water connection, black tank flush. And here's your exterior shower, and it's got a hose with about 4 or 5 feet long. And there's your power cord that comes out to about 25 to 30 feet. Yeah, it's a cable and satellite hookup. There's your license plate bolt. And here is the lower point drains right there. And over this way is your furnace exhaust. Another city water or city cable TV hookup. And your 110 outlet for outside. And this is your fresh tank drain here. You just pull the valve and the system drains. Here's another adapter for your barbecue hose. So all you do is push that, clip your hose into that, and then turn it on. Yeah. And this is your fill for your freshwater tank. And make sure your door is open all the way. And bring these steps down. And they are adjustable. There's a little lever right here that you can move them in or out. The awning would be this button here. Now to lower one end of the awning, if you want to just keep the dew rolling off at nighttime or a light rain, just bring this arm down. Or you can do both sides if you want the pitch to be lowered. Okay, and then there's another button here for an awning light. This one here, I believe. That's the awning light, and this is the interior lights for these two lights here. And there's your water heater and your water pump. And there's your battery and all your tank levels. So I'll bring the awning back in. Okay, and then there's your slide. And you just make sure that there's nothing outside in the way, and then when you bring it back in, you make sure there's nothing on the inside or something leaning up against it on the outside. You just want to make sure there's nothing touching it. You know, crush something. There, and when it stops, just let go of the button. Like a good example would be if you had this door open here, it could pull the handle off or damage it some way. Here's your stereo here, and your fireplace, which has a remote. More storage here. We'll go into the, check this out here. There's this closet space on each side. There's access from the sides to the inside of the closet from the bed. And then there's also a 110 outlet on inside each closet too. You have storage, and it's also accessible from the outside too. And these windows, these certain type of windows, if you ever have to get out of the trailer fast, all you do is push that out and then pop this screen off with this little tab, and you can exit the trailer from that window in the case of an emergency. There's also a TV backer here for your TV, a place for your wires to go through and into the cabinet there. There's also stored down here nice little cubs. There's 3 of those in there. This bed also folds out. All you do is lift this up and over. And all the blinds, they roll down, or you can roll them all the way up if you want. Now this table drops down onto these supports here, and this configures into a bed. And you can also take this back rest and take that off and face it the other way, I believe. Yeah, there's a slot here, and there should be another slot for this thing underneath the cushions there. Now down here, I left this panel off. So there's a water heater. Your water heater bypass is located right here. You can just have a quick look in there. And then that's where your valves would be. There, I'll just leave that there for now. Now in here, these bunks fold up or down if you wish for using them for sleeping. These cushions come off the wall. Got this couch, and this whole thing can fold over to a great big bed. Uses the whole room. And there's also a spot under here for your TV hookup also. You can put a small TV on that shelf if you wish. Be great for the kids. And another USB on each side. Here's your thermostat for your furnace and AC. Your CO detector. And the inside of your bathroom. And this side we have the fridge. And this is the 12-volt fridge. So it's very important if you're not using your trailer to turn that disconnect switch off, because this will drain your battery in about a couple of days if you don't have it plugged in. Here's your stove. And I'll just see. And that's how all the elements work. You just turn that for your igniter. There's also a light on here. Now on the inside of the stove, there's a pilot light way in the back. And all you do here is you turn this to the flame for your pilot, press it in, and this is your igniter here. And it does take a long time to get the propane down there because it's such a small. There we go. It just lit now. Then hold your thumb on that button for a little while, and then you can let go, and then you can set your temperature so that the flame will fire up. Oh, wrong one. There she goes. You can turn it off and have the pilot light go, or you can just turn the whole thing off, which I recommend. In your microwave, AC units right here. And I guess that would be around about all of it in a nutshell. Oh, and here, one more thing. Here's your, I loosened this panel off too. That's where your water pump's located. And this switch here is now it's coming from the fresh tank. In this position here is when you want to winterize. Then you put that into your jug of antifreeze. Then after you're done, just put it back to that position. There, and I'll leave that open so I remember. Okay, that's about it.